So following making that kind of meme video, I suppose, on I believe that was Sunday, I wondered what I would say in my actual reaction to the Broncos Ravens game. What would I say is my analysis of the game? And I ultimately have decided I'm not really going to add much. As far as bad things when it comes to the defense, I'll touch briefly on it. Mostly, I just wanted to make a few comments about the game, make this a quick video. So, first off, the Broncos just continued their march of mediocrity on offense. It was the same shit that it seems like it's been so far this season, except we didn't have the running game. So we had a bad passing game, and the running game was weaker, in part because Philip Lindsay had this bullshit ejection. But the main thing that I really take away from this game is we know who Case Keenum is. Case Keenum is not the long-term franchise quarterback here. Okay? He's gone against two bad defenses, went up against a good one, and he was bad against all three. And he was really bad against the Ravens. Here's the thing. That Baltimore secondary, it played really well. You can't deny it. And different quarterbacks have different ways of accommodating the fact that his secondary is playing really well. Case Keenum's accommodation was to hold on to the ball too long and get sacked. Or fumble. Whatever it happened to have been. It was nasty. Can I just say, how is it that Terrell Suggs, at the age of like 35, is still one of the best linebackers in the league? Does that not just like defy reality to anybody else? Terrell Suggs was amazing in that game. It really just blew my mind as to how good he was. Despite the fact that the Ravens had such a good defense, it doesn't change the fact that Keenum didn't play well. And I'm so sick of hearing it from all the Broncos fans who just want to pretend as if Case Keenum's going to magically turn into Aaron Rodgers. Look, I'm not asking for Case Keenum to be benched right now. I don't think that would be in the best interest of the Broncos. But do I think he's the quarterback of the future here? No. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets benched by the end of the season because he has not played like a starter should. Period. He's going to have a chance to redeem himself, though. He's coming up against the absolute worst secondary in the NFL next week. But I'll get more into that in my prediction video. One of the things I said in my prediction video is that the defense had to not have a bad game. I think I fucking jinxed our defense because our defense was bad. There's no way around it, especially in the secondary. I am at a loss for words.
I know words. I have the best words. But there's no better word than stupid, right? There is none.
And then when you look at our pass rush, that was surprisingly mediocre. Von Miller had a incredibly quiet game. I have not seen him make that little of an impact on a team in a long time. Bradley Chubb got his very first sack, and from the pass rush perspective, he was pretty solid. I really think it needs to be pointed out, though, that Shane Ray, despite not being the starter, coming off the bench, was really good in this game. He was really applying the pressure, and I felt like when he was on the field, Joe Flacco actually had something to worry about. The main reason I'm actually making this video is I feel like in lieu of what an awful game that was, it's going to be forgotten what an amazing game Josey Jewell had. Josey Jewell, our middle linebacker, he started over Brandon Marshall against the Ravens, and I got to tell you, he just wowed me. I liked him, but he absolutely blew me away in this game. He was so good. He's a big reason as to why we hardly ever heard about the Ravens running game getting going. Whether that be Alex Collins or whomever their mediocre running backs are, he played a large role in preventing any of that from happening. I have to wonder what the hell it was that that Marty Morenwig was thinking when he just kept calling the run plays. Because Josey Jewell was playing a large part of just shutting that shit down. He had such a good game, in fact, he got named the Pro Football Focus Team of the Week. So big credit to Josie Jewell. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he does against the Chiefs. I'm going to start a tradition right now in these, I guess, analysis videos, and I'll just say Josie Jewell will be my player of the game. So I guess I'll try to have a player of the game for every video. And thank you, Josie Jewell, just for not letting the game become an absolute shit show. The real thing I want to address, though, is this point that I've heard a lot of Broncos fans make. Over and over and over again, I just keep hearing about how close the Broncos were to taking control. And my argument against that is, look, if it's not for a block punt and a block field goal, I think the Ravens win that game 30-7. Because it's a blocked punt that results in the Broncos basically getting the ball at, what was it, the 7-yard line or 5-yard line, and then they run it in for a touchdown. The way that offense looked in that game, I seriously doubt they would have come down the field on a normal punt and scored. And I give another 3 points to the Ravens because the way Justin Tucker has been playing, he was going to make that field goal. And we would have lost 30-7. So I think that game was kind of a reveal of who we are right now. And right now, we are a bad team. And we need to be aware of that because the first step in solving a problem is knowing you have one. And I don't know how we're going to do it right now. I really don't. All I know is that if we want to be a playoff contender, Case Keenum has got to be better. And the secondary has got to return to its old form. Where is Bradley Roby? Where is he? He's on the team, but he's not playing like a former first-round draft pick, and that's what's frustrating. I think that's about all I have to say. This game was just completely frustrating, and it drained me.